What's going on, y'all? Episode 46. We got a special guest with us, Jordan Petway, aka Shake. What's up, man?
What's up?
How
How
you
y'all
doing?
doing?
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Ralph. What up, man?
I'm good, man. Back again.
Finally
Should be a regular thing.
getting out of
I'm
his
ready.
shell.
Yeah,
Always complaining about being in front of the camera.
yeah. I
S-
don't, I
He
don't like
sharp.
that.
He saw a little success, said some good stuff on the last pod. He's like, yeah, man, we could do something with this.
Yeah, that a lot of videographers just be videographers. I know ball for real.
I said that too. I know
Yeah.
these are the two videographers that I trust with anything basketball. So, but yeah, let's get to Jordan real quick. Like, what's up with you? What you been up to? Tell us what's your life been like.
Life been good, man. I can't complain. Just trying to keep working, still working with Pat Bev, even though he overseas and stuff like that. Still trying to grow Shake Hoops page with docs, and I'm talking more in front of the camera now, more personable, more storytelling. So just still growing.
That's what's up.
TikTok been blowing up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like you just said, like that's funny you said that. It's kind of like a New Year's resolution of mine. Like I'm not scared, but I'm trying to be less scary, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm I know people. I've worked in this content world for the past 5 years, like big companies, all that. Like I know a lot more than some people that are like big. So I'm just trying to like be more personable, put a face to the camera, put
Yeah.
a voice to the video, things like that. I feel like that connects more.
Yeah, because most of the combos is the combos we have off camera. So
Every I always
bringing
I,
them on camera is hilarious. And
literally
we be lined up because I'll talk to Steve about something and then I'll see you post a video and I'm like, yo, me and Steve was just talking
remember
about
I
that.
literally told Ralph, I was like, everything I'm putting up on TikTok and stuff is like conversations I will have with my boys about basketball, but I'll just bring it to the internet.
Yeah.
And that's smart. Like, and that's what people. I mean, that's what people want to do. That's how you get engagement. That's how you do all these things. Just quick backdrop, right? Was it Jalen Lotta that connected us originally?
Yep.
So just fast forward. It's funny how this basketball world connects people, right? And we talk about it opens opportunities and whatnot. But Jalen Lotta, whose father coached me, and now he's a coach at Rice now, assistant coach
Yeah,
at Rice.
Jalen, yep.
Yeah. So when I was during COVID or right before COVID, like I was looking for a videographer to start putting out content, suggested Jordan. And then Jordan kind of came with me, and then that was the history there. Like Max Edwards, Christian Jones, a bunch of other people. He actually is the reason why like I started blowing up a little bit more because I got Sonia Citron, and then he made this crazy slam video, went crazy on social, brought more clients to me to help kids get better. And then and he catapulted from slam. And then when he started getting too big for me, he outgrew me. He had suggested Ralph, and that's when Ralph's, me and his relationship kind of started blossoming as well. So again, just it's crazy how this basketball shit brings people together, and then just where people's careers, just watching him grow these last 5 years has been insane. And just saying, want to give you your flowers now. Just
Nah,
say
yeah.
congrats on
I
that.
also
Yeah.
want to give them back because like going back to that time, that was COVID. That was 2020. So there was no hoops for real going on, no
Yeah.
like games and stuff like that. So it was just every like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes during the week, I'll drive to Manchester
Yeah.
to Rev. And then I was just locked in with Steve, recording every workout, making like workout mixtapes. And like I honestly, that's when I realized like I got better, like watching Steve and stuff like that. Like I'll never forget, me and Steve took a trip to Philly.
Hell
We
yeah.
left at like we were supposed to film. He's actually in the league. He's on the dude on the Spurs.
Charles Basie. Yeah.
Like you were working out him. I couldn't film it because he was going to draft. But
Yeah.
I went out there with you. We recorded with your mans. We were supposed to record with Mac McClung that day too.
Yeah.
But I'll remember that day so vividly because we left at like 5 a.m. from Stanford, drove to Philly. So that's like 2 hours, some change. And then Steve, I think you drove to Manchester. You dropped me off and you had to drive to Manchester to work out. But like I really saw your work ethic, like just being around you. You always was in the gym, like just seeing your work ethic. Like I had nothing to really complain about. I'm like, all right, I gotta do it this too. Now to this day, like if I gotta drive 2 hours, boom, I'll go there. I could drive back. Like I'll sleep tomorrow. Like you had that mindset. You kind of instilled that in me. So Always grateful for that.
I appreciate that. Nah, and that day was crazy. Just like my boy John Casababu, who we were supposed to meet in Spain.
Yo, John,
Yo,
you owe me a trip, bro.
Yo, so
You know what I mean, I went all the way to Madrid, John. You owe me a trip, bro.
So we was out in Spain. Where I was doing a clinic that shout out to Jess. She brought us out, and then I asked if we could bring a videographer. Ralph paid his way out there and ended up getting paid, you know. And essentially my boy was going to be playing in Spain, and he said, yeah, I got to fly out. So we were like, where are you going to fly into? He was like, Madrid, because we flew into Barcelona, but we were chilling in Zaragoza.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go. I was like, all right, bought the tickets for me and Ralph. On the train, sends me a text, yo, I can't make it. I'm like, what? He's like, my flight's next week now. I'm like, bro. We bought the train. We on the train ride to Madrid right now. He said, oh, my bad, bro. Like, so we had to find a hotel, just walked around Madrid for literally a day, and then we had to go back by another train back to Barcelona.
And we don't want to sound spoiled. Like, it's not like we were in Spain. You know what I mean? Like basketball took us all the way to Spain. Like, forever grateful. We was just inconvenienced at the time.
My bad for trying to go to Spain is crazy.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
We ain't going to New York.
Yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, I could just go. I'll just drive back. But like, bro, we was mad. And then we was already like, the camp it wasn't a lot, but like, you know, we just did 4 or 5 days of a camp. Like, we really oh man,
the crazy travel story.
Yeah,
yo,
like,
that travel story was insane
man,
too.
like,
we need a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. We could talk about the Spain one next time.
Yeah, we could like red eye. Yeah. But yeah, so no, but we wanted to. I wanted to get on this, and he asked to come on, so we wanted to just chop it up about hoops and in general, just kind of like me and Ralph did last time, but just bringing another perspective, somebody we highly respect and who's actually been around. He's been around a lot of high level athletes, man and woman side. More recently, you know, just obviously the Pat Bev podcast, and then obviously these other athletes he's recorded in high school who are now in college and they're thriving, you know, and that's what we kind of want to talk about. So let's I want to bring up something that you had posted on TikTok, and I wanted to talk about it too. Was who was the player that you brought up saying in terms talking about the coaches saying my bad? What player was that? You said, "Oh, I trusted him."
Isaiah Evans.
Yeah, from Duke.
Mm-hmm.
And you brought up and I wanted to say, like, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. So this backdrop was Isaiah Evans was a 5-star McDonald's All-American, if I'm not correct, right?
Top 15.
Yep, top 15. Great talent, right? Shades of Brandon Ingram, safe to say. Hasn't been playing. And we're all like, I always said the same. I mean, I didn't follow him that much, but if you're that talented, like, why aren't you playing? Like, at least, you know, maybe 10 minutes just to work your way in there. Like, John Shire should have, you know, I think it's hard. Like, mind you, I like super being a coach at South Kent, like, it's hard with these substitutions, and you gotta push certain people.
Especially at that level when there's a couple 5 stars, a couple 4 stars. So.
Yeah. And then you gotta also balance that with the experience, which we'll get into as well. But to what you're saying, like he said, I think he said all the right things, right? Isaiah said all the right things. I think, to your point, I think John should have also, like, said, my bad. I agree with that, because if you look at his numbers, he barely played. Like, what are your thoughts?
He hasn't even had a... All right. First, let me say this. So, the other day, I went to Jimmy V Classic. So, it was Tennessee versus Miami, Arkansas versus Michigan. Arkansas-Michigan game was crazy. Arkansas was up 18 in the second half, almost lost. So I'm in the press room. I was kind of waiting for Boogie to come around, but Calipari comes in. Whatever, he comes in, sits down. Before anyone even asks him a question, he goes, "Guys, I told my guys, my bad. I almost lost us that game." I forgot what he mentioned. He said, "Oh, I have it recorded. I'll give it to you guys." But he was like, "Yeah, I drew up the wrong play at this moment." And something else. He's like, if we lost, I've told my guys that's my bad. I love a coach that could take accountability, because as a coach, like you said, that's the hardest thing in the world, being a coach. That's why I wanted to be in the media, because coaches could make you hate basketball.
Oh, for sure.
Correct.
Like I never wanted to be the person that a kid don't want to play basketball because of me. Because I've been there. I'm sure we've all been there at some point. Like a coach, you feel like the coach jerked you or something. So anyway, but I like, if you could take accountability, like you're a human too. I messed up. I called the wrong play. I should have put this guy in at that moment. That's important. Like John Shire's a good coach. Like he has to deal with a lot, like I said. But don't go on I feel like he shouldn't have went on the halftime report and be like, yeah, like he just had to wait his turn. I told him to stay ready. You didn't trust him.
No, you didn't.
He would have been playing if you trusted him.
Yeah.
And then what does that stay ready even mean? And like
you definitely
stay
have
ready.
To stay, like,
Yeah,
but
right.
like stay ready, knowing that okay, like you're gonna get your shot.
Yeah.
That stay ready was like, yo, bro, just back up. Like you good. Like they're like, don't worry about it yet.
They played at that point. I think they played like 3 top 25 teams, like 3 good teams. He didn't play any of those games.
Nope.
But he played against when they beating teams by 40.
By 40, yep.
But then he got to go shoot 6 for 6 to stay in, and he didn't even play in the second half of that game.
Yeah,
Crazy.
That's the crazy part. He didn't play in the second half. Like really think about that.
He didn't play in the second half.
It's insane, right? And so again, like this is like we're talking about this, respectfully. Like we're not trying to, diss anybody because we're all again at the end of the day,
it's hard. Like
it's hard.
You got all those 5 stars. Tyrese Proctor stayed.
Yep.
Who else did I say stayed?
You got what's his name? Sion James, the transfer.
He's there. Then you have the Khan Knipple kid.
Yep.
He's committed late. Then you got Cooper Flag. Like those are all.
And then you still have what's his name off the bench from Paula 6, who's not playing either.
Harris.
And he's a burner.
And
he's like that, and he's not getting no tick
what
neither.
I say, like you got like the highest level is not always the best fit. I don't think. Like, of course you want to go to Duke. That is the fast track to the league. But say you're a 5-star and you go play in the ACC, like I don't know, Wake Forest, Virginia, anybody in ACC, like you play in the same level teams. Me personally, I feel like some kids should just go there and get that exposure. We're seeing it kind of now, like Dylan and Ace. They went to Rutgers. No, like they're pretty, like they compete in all the games. Like they might have a shot to make the tournament. I don't think they're ever going to be a top 10 team in the country this year. But they're going 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. Like their draft stock hasn't
wavered.
failed.
Yeah.
As a 5-star, I don't think you have to automatically go to these blue bloods. Like nowadays, there's a lot of different options that you could choose from.
Yeah.
Before, like, so, all right, I need that exposure, but now, like, you could go get your money somewhere else. All these football schools, like,
and that's the number 1 recruit. He left. He went from USC to Boise State, and now he's going to commit somewhere else. Quarterback.
To
Colorado.
Am I bugging?
One is going to Colorado.
No, I'm talking about a transfer.
Okay.
So I just literally. Sorry, like the context. Like I was just scrolling. I saw it said that it was like a Bleacher Report thing or something like that. It was just like former number 1 overall high school quarterback transferring in the transfer portal again. Like, and I saw him a USC jersey, then a Boise State jersey, and he's gonna go to another school now.
Yeah.
But that's also the thing. Like, I know people don't like that kids could transfer a lot and all that, but you can. Say go to Boise, you could go to Boise State or something like that. If you really like that, go hoop, go ball out, and hey, you could go to Michigan, all those schools, Ohio State the next year.
Yeah, and I think that's like, we're like not all over the place, but we're just flowing here with this conversation. But it goes back to that point where I was again listening to another podcast, and I think I sent this to some people, but like the owner of the Bucks talking about trying to buy some college sports programs.
You see AJ?
That's a good segue because I really wanted to talk about that.
And I know, but like really think about where we're going though. And then there's a lot of things we got to go into in terms of contract wise. It's like coaches have buyouts or whatever. Now players might have to have buyouts if you're going to talk about AJ, between $5 and $8 million, whatever he's going to get in his NIL. Yeah. Right. And then, but you look at who's behind BYU, which is Danny Ainge and then the Utah owner. So what are we talking about here? Like, where are we really trying to go with this?
See, I think it's crazy because like we've always known about like people like, receiving whatever to
Under-
or like,
under the table?
or talking
Okay.
about, hey, this is my alma mater. I would love for you to come here, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that you can really see it in real time and it's like legal is crazy because you have, like you said, Danny Ainge, BYU, the other guy, BYU. And then because for me, I'm looking at AJ, prolific prep. He's with the other number one in the next class. I'm like, okay, that's a little like dynasty. That's Jay Guppin and Jalen Green. I'm like, oh, I liking it. And then he just up and transferred to Utah prep. I'm like, Utah prep. And then you see his top 4. I'm like, okay, like, come on. Like, BYU not in there for no reason.
Yeah.
It's not in there for no
BYU.
like everybody, like,
yeah.
bro, he picked them over UNC, Kansas, and Alabama. And that's no knock on BYU. I'm just saying, like, whoa, you got to realize there's next level behind this door. You got to realize and then he talking
Crazy.
Orlando Magic or Spurs.
You heard this
A
conversation?
year?
Yeah.
What was that? Was that
One-
a year and a half
He said
before he even
He goes,
ready?
imagine me and Wemby. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad combo.
It's a business now.
Someone of AJ's caliber, you could talk like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also said this. I think you should be able to test the waters
Yeah.
out of high school now.
At this
You
point,
getting
yo,
paid.
you
Like, feel me? You getting paid already. You getting paid in high school. I
Yep.
know these kids is walking around with. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've been there.
Yeah.
They getting
Bags.
the beamers. They getting the chain. Like you
Bags.
getting that bag already.
Full sleeve.
You're it be the good tats too.
Yeah.
It be the good tats. Not the bad tats.
Nobody getting them
Yeah.
regular joints no more. Nobody
Bro,
going through them
you
trials.
already getting bread. You're you're changing your family's lot. Like a lot of
Absolutely.
like. I remember I seen one thing. This one kid, I'm not even gonna say his name. They said he was making like 300. He said he didn't say the number. The guy was interviewing him. He's like, yeah, I'm making well into 6 figures. A lot of parents don't make that.
No.
You're changing your family's life from high school. So why can't I go test these NBA waters? So in college, people, I'm gonna test the waters.
Yeah,
I
you
don't like
go
what they're
without
saying
an
about
agent.
me. I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
You should be able in high school, or you commit to that school. Let me go test these
the water.
NBA waters
Mhm.
real quick.
If not,
If I don't like what I'm hearing,
Just
I
go
go
to
to
school.
college. Why? Like
there's
back
nothing
then, it
wrong
was
with that.
different because it was like, oh, you can't get paid. Like
Right.
you lose your eligibility.
there's no point now. Everybody getting paid.
Exactly.
Why not bring it back?
I don't see the reason, and I do love what AJ's saying because it's like now I'm putting pressure on y'all because like I'm telling you,
that is changing the game.
I'm
like,
telling you, yo, I want to go play with these other good players. Like I don't just send me to Siberia and I gotta go play basketball with these guys who really don't care. Like I want to go play with the next premier guys because I want to be that next premier guy.
So just like also like everyone's shocked with BYU, right? Like nobody really knows like the coach or whatever, but supposedly he coached Kevin Durant at some point or something like that. Or compared, I don't know if he coached it. I think AJ mentioned that he coached Kevin Durant. It reminds him a little of KD. That's what I think he said on the interview. I could be wrong about that. And then on top of that, though, we don't know because of the NIL that money. So this is going back to the Bucks GM. He was talking about that money that I buy the team with that can go directly into upgrading facilities and getting staff. So I know AJ had mentioned there's an NBA kind of like former NBA performance coach that works with the basketball team. The facilities are amazing. No one's ever looked at BYU's campus. Like be real, like we think BYU, we were thinking
I haven't even,
more
I don't even know what it
football,
looks
we
like.
don't. Yeah, we don't know what the school even looks like.
The only videos
from the East Coast. Like I've seen pictures of USC, UCLA,
Yeah.
like the big time names. But then you also like there's stuff in place. On top of they got a potential lottery pick.
Right.
They got a top freshman in the country on that team now.
And
there's
then
Igor or something.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. We're talking about Igor, but there's another freshman on the team. He was part of the list you sent me. He's averaging.
was he?
I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Sorry, it's right here. I got it. His name is Cannon Catchings.
Oh, he played
yes.
OTE. He was in OTE last year.
Oh, okay, see, I didn't know that.
He decommitted from somewhere. Yeah, he was nice in OTE last year
So
too.
then, again, they didn't talk about him, but he probably got an NIL bag. That's why he's
so
at
He
where
BYU.
does-
decommitted
where
from
does-
somewhere.
so-
I forgot where he was supposed to go first. Then he went to BYU.
So where does the line draw as far as like I hate to use the word tampering, but that's the only thing that could like come to my brain. But like, is that too far where the NBA exec or the NBA GM has influence over high school?
I think that
is that too far?
AJ that's groundbreaking.
That's what I'm saying.
So remember how like I don't know when it was, might have been like last year or something. They said so right now it's all NIL, like outside people, like your brand deals, stuff like that.
Right.
Remember they released a thing that said the colleges themselves are going to be able to start paying
the kids.
soon.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I think when that comes into play, it'll be a little bit more organized because then at that point it's a contract. Like college is going to be a minor league before the pros, pretty much. So I feel like a top kid, they have their agent. They're going to negotiate. All right, I'm gonna have this 1 year deal. We're staying. Boom, boom, boom. No, or other kids like no transfer clause. Like you could put that in your contract. 3 years clause unless you have these numbers to go to the NBA. Like in the NBA, you have those incentives. Oh, you score blah 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 points, we give you this. It's gonna be like that. I feel like.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I hear what you're saying, and it's funny. Like with the college incorporation, I do think it'll like regulate it a little bit more. But like, if this person is now a professional, can't he just negotiate without the college? Like. Because technically you are your own entity with NIL, right? So why can't I just go through like that guy and cut out the middleman?
So Tatum, let's just say Tatum. Right. Tatum, as like his agent and stuff is negotiating with Jordan. Right. Jordan and Ruffles and all that. You're going to have that still. You're going to get your outside deals. Right. But the NBA is still giving Tatum that max contract. Right. The NBA is paying him. So the college that pays all those coaches millions, you got to you're getting all that bread from the fans, all the football games and stuff like that. They're saying, "Oh, we're paying the kid as like an employee to come to our school instead of NIL is kind of just like a donor." So like Dave Portnoy, my boss, they flipped the kid that's going to Michigan, him and some other billionaire or something. They got the #1 quarterback because they're like, "Oh, we're going to get all this money together to get him. We're going to get the #1 quarterback." Right. So that's kind of like the outside people, investors. But I feel like they're going to start regulating that once they're like have these contracts and they're going to be like I feel like there's just no control. Like the college was so used to all this control before. Now it's
wide open. But that opened up Pandora's box.
But that's basically my question because it's like I do see that side where it's like, okay, like the college will have a little bit more control where they can like filter it. But like, who's to say I can't go to Steve? Steve has the bread. And I'm like, yo, Steve, like, I know you got, 100 M's for me. What's up? Like, where am I going? And he's like, oh, I want you to go here. And now I'm going here. But then also through the school, now it's like, okay, like we have this set up for you, NIL, whatever. So now I'm getting paid twice because I cut out the school to go to the big dog. And I'm still getting it from him afterwards, which is like,
it's a lot of money.
That's another,
a lot of money to be made. A lot of money to be made.
Route to it.
Yeah, it's so sad that we're in this age. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy.
Whoa. You
whoa.
old, bro.
Okay,
but you want to know something crazy? You want to know something crazy? I was
like, imagine Kemba, like Shabazz, Napier. I'm bringing up UConn.
Damn.
These dudes, but I
forgot the dude
from what team?
Right, Bowen. He went to Louis. He was going to Louisville. I don't know if you remember him.
Bowen.
This was like maybe like 2014 or something. He had blonde, dyed, curly hair, bro. Got in mad trouble. Ruined like.
I think I know.
All right, how about this? Billy Preston. You know him?
Billy Preston
was going to Kansas.
Yes.
Got in trouble for something like this. Like all those people that got in trouble, like he never got a chance. He was dumb nice. Yeah. Imagine he could just get paid. It didn't matter 1 year to the league.
What was it? Was I talking to you with this about? Oh yes, me, you, Jonas, Jr. We're talking about it as far as like NIL and like whether I would wait and not try to receive nothing or get it right away, like the money as far as like,
right.
Bro. All of them, like you said earlier, haven't really seen this type of money in their life. They're gonna go get the money. Like obviously they love hoop. But if you're in a position to change your family's life, you're gonna try to go do that.
So I'm with
But a lot of them go leave.
I'm recording with like Lightning.
Right.
So I'm talking to like Mari and Malik. I literally asked. I said, "Yo, do you think the short-term bag is worth it for your long-term goal for the NBA?" And both they have good head on their shoulders. They're both like, "No, I'd rather wait or like to not make as much bet as I can, go to my right fit and make it to the league. Because when you get it to the league, that's that guaranteed bread.
Right.
NIL, it's like What if somebody's like, I ain't paying you? But you seen it in football.
Boy,
was that UNLV?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not playing.
I'm not playing. I'm out. I'm on a red shirt.
Straight.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but like there's some people who really like
No,
can't differentiate, and they're like, yo, like, nah, like he's giving me this, bro. I've never seen that much money in my
But
life.
there's got again, we got to talk about like safety things, meaning like there's got to be contracts set up so that doesn't happen with it. You know, it's like you can't. Then we're talking about coaches blowing smoke up in people's asses.
Oh yeah.
Then you're gonna really have that, and then if you don't follow up, that's gonna leave your. Then that's bad on. I mean, that's gonna look bad on the coach, right?
But the flip side of that, I was watching a game the other day, and Jay Williams is saying a lot of schools made bad investments.
Yes.
So I'm giving you all this bread to transfer or to come to my school, and you're not performing.
Stinking it up.
Yeah, that's part
So
of
the next year, like I'm like, why
would I keep you? Yeah, why would I keep you?
I could look at the portal.
That's what I'm saying. So again, it's just like it's a dual-edged sword. We said that. Like it's gonna work both ways. So now you want to get paid, right? You want to make this your job. Well, you got job pressure now.
Yeah, you gotta be a professional, because if you're not performing in the workforce, in the regular workforce,
You know,
they're gonna get you out of there.
Regular people.
Mm-hmm.
You could get fired for not performing.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue. And then I want to bring this up. So this is a fun thought. I talked with Chris from not Empire.
Yeah.
Anymore. We were talking about it. He was like, he brought this up, and which I thought was a great point. It's like, what's stopping, since the NBA got rid of the G League Ignite,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And they still have the G League. What's stopping a New York Knicks or NBA from starting their own university as a
Own
farm system,
university?
as a farm system to come to the Knicks, or like the Lakers, they
I
start
mean,
up.
see, but isn't that
I feel like there's a lot of-
what
it's
the Utah GM is kind of
But
doing?
that's
Like,
what- but
I'm
saying,
saying that in like a quiet way. We don't know what he's doing. We don't
Yeah.
know what he's doing. But like, isn't that what he's saying? Like, yo, go to BYU, bro. We gonna have them boys come help you out. We gonna have Keontae George come work out with you sometime. We gonna have all them come down. Like, we gonna push the facilities towards you. Like, that's what they saying. Like,
Right.
go to my school and you gonna get taken care of.
And what I'm saying is like,
So I don't even think they need their own university. I think they just push them toward their universities. Like, let's say Knicks is Georgetown Connect. So if you Georgetown, we gonna look at you. I mean, that's basically what they do in like the high school kind of ranks.
We see that in high school.
Yeah, like yo,
The
you-
AAU.
yeah, the
I just
AAU
seen someone
teams-
post like I don't know if you guys see Hoop Politics on TikTok sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah,
He was actually talking about that. And like this AAU team is like usually it's like some rundown prep school or something.
Mhm.
Like they create a random prep school. Oh, y'all go here. That's how we gonna get our bread in. We gonna have our players. If he was there, sorry. He's playing.
Mhm.
We're spending all this time on him. Sorry, like I don't care what you're doing, but like that's like the hoop politics of it,
Right.
and things like that. So.
and then second fold too on those kids then going to college. Like, yo, I got a guy over here. You know what I mean? He gonna take care of you. Yo, I got people over here who know what's going on. They're gonna push you in the right direction.
It's just like any other business.
Yeah,
Where it's
just-
all connections.
Connections.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean,
And when
Like-
a lot of us learned that the hard way, learned it the easy way, in our favor, not in
Mhm.
our favor. So
Like when I went to Putnam, we had a point guard there. He went to Gardner Webb. I think like 4 other kids went to Gardner Webb after that.
Mhm.
Then somebody from I think like the kid Barry Evans went to St.
St.
Bonnie's,
Bonaventure, yeah.
and they have a bunch of kids that go to like you.
Mhm.
It's
And
just
the
a
coach-
connection.
and the
Like
coach
they
went,
trust their people
Right.
trust that high school coach or that program. It's like
Yeah,
that's
I
our
think-
little pipeline.
I think it's funny you say that. I think Putnam just had one go over there. Buddy Simons,
Buddy
remember?
Simons at Gardner Webb. Yeah, and he's
still
hooping.
over there. He's hooping. Yeah, no, he
hooping.
was
He's
bugging
hooping.
the other
He's
day.
hooping.
Because my boy Ja went there first, and then the kid Jose
Perez.
Perez went
Yep,
there.
I remember
Then he
his
ended up
name.
transferring to West Virginia or something like that.
Yep.
And then they had a big kid go there, and then Buddy.
Yeah.
Yo, is the center from Michigan went to Putnam? I was told that. Not Danny
the
Wolf.
FIU dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's this old guy that watches all like South Kent games, and he's a huge prep guy.
With the
The hat.
Yeah, my guy.
Yeah.
Vlad, the big Vlad.
Yeah,
That's
Big
what you're
Vlad.
talking
He said he played at Putnam.
about. I don't remember him.
Is that
No, I
before?
mean, like, no, that would be after you.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay.
That
So
would
we're
probably
talking a while ago.
It
We're
definitely
probably
would be
talking
after
about
me.
like COVID,
but he's
maybe around
he's probably
COVID.
a senior now.
So before El
maybe-
Marco and them were?
Yeah, it was before him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
just
wait,
saying, I don't know.
so-
I don't know,
So
but
you think he played with Musa Dibate?
how long was Musa at Putnam? I don't remember.
I feel like he was there like
2
2,
years?
3.
I don't
know.
remember him.
Oh, I'm just saying, but
So
like
he would be with like, he probably would have been on Dez's team then, right?
nah, he wasn't. That was that team. That was Dez.
Dez, the
Getting
dude from
Dante.
Bama,
The point guard, the short point guard.
Buddy.
Oh no, yeah, Buddy was on that team too.
Yeah.
Then they
And
had
then
some dude that go to
Urswin.
FIU.
Yeah, that's who I was talking
Mhm.
about. Urswin's
Mhm.
God's will. Ben, I think that was Ben's first year.
Yeah, Ben was still like
he was
little,
like,
little
but
bro.
he barely came off the bench. Like that's
Remember that video I sent you? He had got dunked on.
it's crazy. But again, I'm just bringing this up, just the fact that there's just a lot of talent at prep school level.
Nah,
but
yeah.
that's the side, another conversation. But yeah, going back to like just the money that's coming into basketball is really crazy, and just like you guys are seeing it at the AAU level. So like my question is like for videographers like you guys and whatever like games you see, what's something that you've noticed at this level now, like from high school to college, like you've seen guys now from the top high school guys to college, what could be, why is AAU the way it is in terms of just like the talent, and then what could be improved on it? What are your personal opinions on that? Like just watching.
So talent-wise, kids are more talented than ever, I think.
Right.
You're gonna have the old heads. It's like, oh, I don't like how they're smart. They all know each other. They're all buddy. I don't like these kids are going like if y'all play hoop, like you go at your friends way more. And how don't you want kids to be friends that go to all these same camps? You're going to Tatum camp, you're going to Top 100 camp, you're going CP3 camp, all 5 or 6 camps. We all at the same hotel. Like that's gonna be my boy. Like and we're on social media now. Like that's gonna be my boy. So talent-wise, definitely more talented. I like that the NBA is starting to get involved because they see that overseas after this past Olympics, they're like, all right, we need to do something.
They catching up fast.
Like
so
USA, we could have if we lost to Serbia that game. Oh my God! Like oh my God!
Would have been nuts.
Thank God we did it. Thank God we did it. But that would have been bad. So now that the NBA is getting involved with EYBL and things like that, I feel like that's helping it. But also, like I feel like it's kind of more business-wise, right? Like it's just so much different brands like Adidas, Nike. I think New Balance has one. Puma has one.
Yep.
None of these teams are playing each other because they don't want to play each other. It looks bad on that brand. It hurts that brand when they play each other.
Yeah.
So like, how do we form that? Like, how do we like get back to the Vegas tournaments or something like that? Like,
Super League.
It's just so much business involved. Like, it's like every kid wants to play for a sneaker team. Like, even if they sit the bench, like, is that really helping you? Is that gonna get you better? I don't know. Like, everyone has their own opinion and their own journey they have to go on, but yeah, it's a crazy game out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you saying they definitely the kids are so much more skilled. Like it's not even close. Like if you think otherwise, you're just not watching.
It's
like
not close. Every
kids,
7th grader is rim grazing.
Like, and then not only that, like every 7th grader can do moves that are advanced level moves. Now, whether they're doing them at the right time or whatever, that's more of like what's between their ears. But I think for sure the social media aspect of it is very hard because it's like. You see this kid on social media, he's dunking, he's putting it through his legs, he's doing this, he's doing that, and then you go to watch him play, and it's like, oh my God, he's a bad teammate. He shoots terrible shots. He doesn't know the plays. He doesn't know. That's like, if I were to just let social media, which is how most of us are seeing him, like guide me, I would have told you he was the best player in the world. Like I've seen a couple kids on the circuit of the younger for like 8th, like the middle school, and like. They're young. It's middle school. But, like, you should see the way some of the kids, like, sit there and talk about him. It's like, oh, my God, he's this, he's that, he's that. I'm like, bro, like, he lace up his shoes and play ball just like you. I don't understand what's the issue. Like, before, like, you hear, like, all the NBA vets and stuff, like, Stack and them talk about when you really, like, was hearing about a kid, like, you would hear about him. It was like, yo, like, he's in the papers. Like, he doing this, he doing that. He putting up 32. But you didn't know till you saw him in person. And I feel like social media kind of takes that away where I get to see him all the time, but obviously nobody's posting misses. I think obviously you don't want to post misses. Like nobody really wants to see that. But like I think more game like full play stuff should be out because it helps you actually see what went down and like how it got there. Because like I could do a dunk, I could put up a dunk, and it's like, oh wow. But if I showed you that he turned it over, and then his teammate got the steal, and that's why he leaked out like that. Now it looks different. Like seeing the bigger picture, like zooming out a little bit.
Like
so I think
as a basketball fan and a non-casual, yes, you want to see that. But most of the consumers of basketball are casual fans, and they have no interest in seeing that. We're not going back to that at all, which is sad. But like we're never gonna go back to that.
Yeah, to your point, probably I'm just using this term, but like quote unquote, like humanizes them, makes them look not as perfect.
Yeah.
Right. And I agree, for the player development side, it's just like these guys need to know how to, going back to what you said about Serbia, it's like we need to know how to play basketball. We are the most skilled we've ever been. We just are the lowest in terms of basketball IQ and understanding how to play the game now. Right. And I think that goes not only to like trainers and parents, like, yes, because there's so much on social media, everyone can make their kids skilled. But can you get your kids to understand and study the game? Can you get them to watch basketball in a way where they're just not seeing buckets and dunks and threes in terms of watching the little intricacies of how to set a good screen, how to come off a ball screen, how to rotate and help side defense. These are things that I talk about with my guys like right now. And my team right now, just full transparency, we're 1-6, but it's more of the fact that these guys have not been exposed or haven't been coached to a standard that needs to be held accountable across our country, in the U.S. Side note, just want to put this disclaimer out. I know I said, that delusion comment I posted on social media. Let me just go into that real quick. Sorry. And delusion is great when you have work ethic to back it up, right? When you're betting on yourself, you're putting all this work in, you're outworking your competition. Yes, no one may know you and you're doing all the right things. Your time will come. But the issue with a lot of kids, going to what we were talking about, the highlights, is they see these highlights. They think they can go, yo, highlight, you want, yo, tape? Yo, you got me with tape? You got me with tape? Instead of actually playing ball to like, actually because you love the game.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't believe how many kids ask you to pull up for a mixtape and they start playing for the mixtape. Like, bro, if you play basketball, I promise you I could put something very good together. But like if you're you coming down, you doing all, bro, you know what I'm gonna have when I get home? I'm gonna have 65 dribbles to put together. What, like, that doesn't do anything for me. Like, that's not good.
My DM be flooded with that. Oh, can you pull up to my game? Can you pull up to my game? How do I get a tape?
Yeah.
I don't reply to a lot of it, but I'll say it on here. Just play good. Like, literally play good. It's 2024. So when I was in high school, we were happy if the news pulled up. And you used to wait. I used to wait up, watch it, go in the morning, watch. Ooh, that was one nice move. Like, and then I remember like we played Staff and AAU. Like I went crazy. I had like 26. I remember Too Easy TV was there. Like I'm like, damn, maybe I'll get like a little highlight. Like I had no way to hit him up or nothing.
Yeah,
like,
but you never hit nobody up. You never hit nobody up.
But in 2024, if you play basketball at a high school level, varsity. There's a cameraman there. Y'all probably have one of those sky cams in your gym that catches everything. You could go cut it up after your game if you want to. But say you do play good. Say you have 25 points and 10 rebounds. Someone's going to post it. Someone's going to see it. Oh, another video person is going to see it. Oh, let me go see this kid. This kid is tough. You have your opportunities to get videos and things like that. Of course, like you have the stories like Ja, where it's like, oh, he paid for a mixtape and that's how he got he got his offer and things like that. But I just feel like like videographers, get your bread. Like if kids is coming to you and like, oh, they want to pay for your services, things like that,
absolutely,
get your bread. But as a player, what's more important? Like you could pay for that mixtape, or you could go pay a trainer for a couple sessions or something like that. You could build up a couple games, you got some notoriety, everyone's going to want to record you. I remember last year and years before, Ian and Boogie, like top players in New York. When they were sophomores and stuff, not that many people were recording them. I recorded them. I was like, I liked how they played. They were good. I built that relationship with them, so I was valid. By their senior year, 50 cameramen on the baseline. Step versus Hayes. I go to Step versus Hayes the other day. It's me and one other cameraman. They have mad tough freshmen. I post the freshman kid, 100K views. Like, you have your like, he didn't think I was gonna be at that game. He don't know me, but I'm at the game. I like how you played. Here, bro. Go ahead.
And if you that nice, they gonna come to you, bro. Like
it's literally the thing. If you build it, they will come,
bro. Like you in my DMs talking about you need to come. Yo, you gotta pull up. I don't have to, and I don't want to. And I'm looking at the camera for this. I don't want to. I don't have to, and I don't want to.
Like you really gotta look yourself in the like some players. You really got it like that.
Yeah.
Like and some players like. Some players know they could hit me up.
Yeah.
I'm a slide.
Right.
Like, that's and my man's. I built.
And if I really haven't heard of you, I had it like if we're in the New England area.
Mm-hmm.
If you toughest out of like Mass or like toughest out of what's it called, maybe I've heard of you, but there's a chance I haven't heard of you. That's fair.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm not driving to West Newburgh to go watch you put up 12. It's not happening. Like that's
and you're not playing any.
That's not realistic.
You don't really. And then like that. Like that's all you worried about, bro. Like
yeah, and
you're getting 10 minutes.
But like you clearly just want to post it for your friends and stuff. Like
for your own vanity.
So here's my question: Is that a major issue where, and this is my concern because of all the things we're talking about, so NIL and the publicity like somebody like you can't compare AJ to people, but like these little kids are looking up to him, like
for sure.
And so it's like, are we hooping because we love hoop, or are we hooping because it's in and cool now?
A lot of people are hooping because it's cool.
Because it's cool.
A lot of like AJ will post all the time like, oh, I'm watching Shay. I'm breaking down Shay's game film. Like, if you. I don't know if y'all follow AJ, but I remember before he went to Utah, he was or when he was still living in Mass, actually, every morning, like his trainer, like how you would do, like you post like your kids working out every morning, like 6 a.m, he's in there lifting. I guarantee he was in the gym twice that day. Even like, let me give you a story. Like I posted the ZAKY video, how I saw him come up. I said,
talk about that.
I said myself, one game could change your life, right? People probably see that like, yeah, like I have one good game, I'm gonna be good. You don't see how much work ZAKY put in before that one moment. You have to put in so much work before that one moment. All that work prepares you for that. You have to lead up to that. You can't just, oh yeah, I'm gonna magically go score 30 today. No, like it's not how it works. All those sprints, all those shots, like I remember Coach Pete used to tell me, bro, like I never seen a kid in the gym like shooting, go and get his own nobody else in the gym with him. Shoot, no gun. Shooting, go get his own rebound. Hard. Shooting, running up the court, hard, getting his own rebounds. Nobody even in the gym rebounded with him.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want to do that either.
Nobody would want to do that. But that's how bad he wanted it. Like that's where your delusion should come from.
Right.
No, nobody was in here with me. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You really wasn't here.
Shout out Drake.
I did all that, and this is my moment. I'm here to shine. Like when the moment comes, you could feel it. Like
you could tell who's ready for it as well.
You could feel it. Like this is my moment. Like I'm ready for this. I prepared for this.
And like you just said, like there's no such thing as an overnight success. You can't judge somebody just off of one game because you don't know the work. Like you just said, they put into to get to that point. And again, that's why like I think I've grown as a trainer, as a person, just understanding that we got to know that everybody has their own things they go through, but also some people actually love this game and use it to better themselves. Like I literally, it's crazy. Like before I was at the crib and I pulled up a clip of Gilbert talking to somebody. He was talking about his son. He was like, my son has everything he needs. Like, the old story was like, you got to use this to help change your family's life. With somebody like him, it's like he has everything. It's got to be out of love. You got to really, truly like love.
He came on our show, on Pat Bev's show, and he said, people that make it, it's out of love and fear. So the fear is like, say like your family is struggling, like you got to get out the hood. Like this is my only this is my option. Like I don't want to go back to that. Or say you come from a good environment, like you got the 2-parent home, like you might not be rich, but like you got a loving family behind you, things like that. You have to love it. Like you have to really be in love with the game and how to grow from it. Like how do I succeed? How like I love this game so much. Like it's driving me to like get to that level, same as somebody with fear. So like when he broke that down, I love that he did that. It was like those two things pretty much.
It might have been your podcast, to be honest,
Yeah.
a clip. I don't know. I can't remember who was talking, but that was the message. It's either fear or love.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the issue is like a lot of parents, because of the NIL, and this is what I'm just seeing, a lot of the parents are also enamored by the attention and the money that comes with it. It's got to come from the kid first before you can actually.
Some of the parents are worse than the kids. Like it's weird. Like I'm kind of like old school when I think about it too, because like I look at some of the kids, I'm like, yo, they're soft. Like they don't got no pain. Like they don't want it for real. But then I'm just like, nah. Like I think they just don't like the game. Like they don't love it as much as I would assume somebody in their position should love it. So when I look at it, sometimes I like bash on it, but like I gotta remember, like not everybody has that same level of love for it.
Even like people in the NBA don't like.
Yeah.
You might just be dumb good at basketball.
Yeah.
And not like, bro.
Not actually
as
like
I
it.
progressed in my playing career, like it goes like this. Like get to prep school, college. I met more people that didn't like basketball when I got to that prep school and college levels. Like people like they actually hated basketball, but you just kind of good at it. That's what you do. Like
yeah. It's a misconception because you think everybody's in it for the same reason, but like no,
it's people in the NBA that never work out probably
at all.
Like they just
they just pull up and hoop.
Yeah, they just pull up a dribble, like
pull up and hoop. And like the parents really are like bad sometimes too, because like you're forcing a kid to play, right? And then now he feels like he has this expectation towards you because you're his birth giver. Like you the one who's put food on his table, clothes on his back. So now he feel like he has to play because of you. And then not only that, then there's the other side of that where the kid wants to play, but you down his back every fucking 3 seconds, and now he can't play because he feels so constricted. And now, my dad want me to shoot. My mom want me to go to the rim. I can't. It's like, bro, like you're making the kid not be able to get to where you want the kid to go, and you don't even know if the kid want to go there. You forcing it because like, oh, my son nice, so we got to do this, or my daughter nice, we got to do this.
Yeah, I wish more parents were self-aware about that. And like again, you can never tell a parent how to coach it or parent their child, but like
I could tell them how to coach them though.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. It's like everybody swears this is the only sport where everybody thinks they know everything.
Y'all gotta start checking resumes before you go with these trainers,
coaches, whoever.
Please,
you gotta do your research.
I see a lot of coaches, a lot of trainers that never played, never played, and even if you did play, or like say you like didn't play or whatever, like say you weren't never on a team, but you were a basketball fan. Like you could be a basketball fan, like you loved basketball your whole life. I respect that way more. There's someone that was like actually terrible. Like you played, but you were terrible. Like you never knew what was going on. I'd rather someone that was like, oh, studied the game. Like I didn't have those abilities and stuff. But I studied the game. I know what's going on. Like I'm not going to act like I was this crazy thing. It's people that's like, yeah, back in my day. Like, bro, no.
No, let's really talk about that though. Because you mentioned, the bad coaching and people not manning up being whistle called. Like it happened a little bit too much. For my liking, like I feel like a lot of coaches don't give kids a fair shake, don't really know what's going on, and
coaches be bro. Coaches be trash,
man.
A lot of coaches aren't good. Like there's coaches in the NBA, like NBA coaches get the boo. Like everyone learns basketball different. You come from your own. Everyone comes from their own environment. Coaches be trash, like, but sometimes it's like situational. You might have that talent that puts you over the ledge or whatever. Oh, such a great coach. He knows how to bubble. Like, bro, his X's and O's is not good. He don't know how to play it. He don't know how to manage his players.
Can't break a press.
Go back to
got
Coach,
a 6'8" and a 7-foot kid couldn't break a press.
Back to Coach Cal, but I love Coach Cal. Like people don't like Coach Cal because they're like, he's not winning his X's and O's. So I'm in the press room, like I said. Cat was at the game. Cat he walks in the press room. Homie is talking to Cat. Like, he's like, yo, yeah, I walked in. Y'all was up 12. But, like, that's clearly a player-coach relationship that a lot of coaches don't have.
Yep.
A lot of coaches never will talk to their players off the court. Like,
Nope.
it's just like, you talk to them in basketball, you can't even relate to them at anything. That's a big part of it. Like, I want someone that
can relate to me.
You could relate to me. You could talk to me. I could call you whenever, even after we done playing. Like, my high school coach, I could call him right now, like, have a good conversation with him. Like, great coach.
Right.
But I've had other coaches where, like, what's up? Like, I could barely say words to them.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I have a hard time. This is my personal struggle right now. Is just, do I stay as an independent trainer or do I go this coaching route? Because right now I am seeing that. Like, I am making myself available to these guys. Like, I'm saying, I'm in the gym. Like, if you need me, if you need to talk anything outside of this life, like, I'm trying to be, because I never had that. I never had somebody I could call as a coach. Like, I mean, there's people that I could talk to and stuff, but there's nobody that like was like, yo, Steve, like, they don't even check in on me.
Yeah, really believed in you.
Yo, I literally check in. Like, I'll shoot a random text to a kid that I haven't trained in like 3 years. There was this brother, 2 brothers that I trained, and you know, they had a tough, you know, whatever. Mom, you know, was diagnosed with cancer, and then dad passed away earlier, so they went through it. But training with me was something they truly enjoyed, and so they used that as an outlet. And I check on him once or twice. You know, he's a kid's going to UConn, starting going to be pre-med. So, like, little things like that mean a lot to me.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, there's not enough of that. There's not enough people telling the truth about a person. And there's not enough people that are able to receive that information.
Yeah,
I think that's the issue.
I was going to say, also, I'll be, like, we're kind of bashing coaches right now, but I'll give them a little bit of credit right now. So coaching is probably the hardest job, I would say. So let's say like down. The college level. At the college level, you are literally trying to put food on your family's table as a college coach. Like, that's your job. If you get fired, you're not getting paid anything.
Right.
You're trying to put food on your coach's table. As a player, sometimes you have to realize that. Like, as a player, I feel like it's easy for us to be like, oh, coach don't rock with me. Coach don't mess with me. He's jerking me. He learned basketball a different way. Like I said, he might just be like, oh, I don't think he fits right. Like, I don't think any coach is like literally like, oh yeah, I don't like this kid. Like, I'm not putting him in. Like, coach, he trying to feed his family at the end of the day. Like, me and my boy Matt would talk about that. Like, I feel like there was times in my playing career where I was like, damn, like, coach don't rock with me, coach don't doing this. But, like, realistically, if I was putting the ball in the hoop or I was doing good, like, clearly it would have to be in his way. I might not play like that or something. Right. But realistically, you sometimes got to look yourself in the mirror as a player like, all right, forget what he's saying, like, let me hoop. Then he gonna look crazy.
Yeah. I absolutely, like, resonate with that, because, like, I think in high school when I got cut, I was like, all right, like, damn, like, am I bugging? I'm like, you know what? I said, you know what? I gotta take that one, because, like, he telling me, oh, I don't think we got this, and then it was kind of like a bullshit excuse. I'm like, all right, let me go back. Yo, that summer I was doing like 3 days. I was doing beach workout. I was going to work. I was then going back. I was lifting. Then I was getting shots up, and I was doing that, damn near the whole summer. When I got back for tryouts again the next year, he gave me the same kind of excuse. Yeah. Oh man, if I could, I'm like, nah. See, this one, I can't rock with you.
You just wasn't in his mind. Like, he wasn't in your mind. Like, I can't rock. Like, coaches know
who they want.
Who they want.
Exactly.
They know who they want on the court before the year. Like, yeah, I'm gonna see in practice. Like, of course, there's those outliers that some kids come up, but like, they know. Like,
yo, that one,
you're not BSing me no more, bro.
That one, I wasn't. I was like,
I like. It's just crazy being on the other side now. Like, I'm hanging around coaches. It's the same thing. Like, nah, we can't play him.
We can't play. And
then other coaches like, nah, you bugging. He gonna be out. Then he's like, nah, I can't play. Like,
and it's fine when you have the kid here, like, he's on the team, but like, I don't know, like, he hasn't shown me nothing. But to like really look at the kid and be like, nah, he can't play. Like, nah, he don't even got space on his team. I was like, oh man, because I like you said, I looked inward. I was like, you know what? Nah, maybe it was me. Like, maybe I wasn't in the best shape. Maybe I wasn't, what's it called? But to spend basically the entire summer, and like, obviously it was more work than that, but like the summer is where it really, like, took that time to lock in. And then to come back to trials ready, and I'm going against Tommy Nolan, Keith Petway, Ron Ryan Foley, Dave Zalin, like guys who play
college ball.
D3, D1, like. So if I'm going at them having no problem, but there's no space for me on the team, that's
his team.
That's confusing to me. That's confusing to me.
Like, it's hard.
That's confusing to me.
Like, and the more
I couldn't even play JV.
I'm in this, like, it's hard. It's hard.
I'm just.
Nah, I hear you.
He just had his like that was his mindset.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you really got to do some extraordinary stuff. Some like it's sad to say, but like you got to do something. Like, I don't like. He just had his team. But
why is that the case? There's no limit on how many people you can have on the bench.
I mean,
in high school.
This is where, like I said, it's just like I have a kid right now. I'm not gonna mention names and stuff, but he got cut from his freshman team. Listen to just hear me out here. And there's 5 kids that made they made the team that were on his travel team that he played over on the travel team. The freshman coach liked them. It was the varsity coach that said something.
The politics, bro.
And I'm just, I don't want to mention the town or anything because I don't want to like start anything. But like now the kid was crushed, and I'm like, I told the dad, I was like, yo, this is good for him. Yeah. This is the best thing to happen to him now than learn this lesson later. And
later it hurts.
Later it would hurt.
Later it hurts.
But turn this pain into like, you know, fuel exactly, and just become better. Mm-hmm. And they're also looking at, and I think after talking to him and knowing the style of the coach, even not watching them too much, I think the kid, because I've trained him in middle school, like his style of play might not fit the school. That's why I honestly think it is.
And so like looking back at like someone like me, like transferring obviously was a thing, but like it wasn't like it wasn't like the same. It wasn't the same in my eyes. It wasn't the same as what it is now. So it's like transferring low-key wasn't even on the table. So now you have somebody who I feel like, obviously I'm speaking myself in the third person, but like I feel like is talented enough to play and then also maybe even play at the next level. But then he just doesn't get to play because of where he's at. Like
and that's what I was educating the father on. It's just like you can't just transfer to transfer. You got to do research.
Right.
You got to make sure that this isn't
research is important.
This is a coach that can develop your son or daughter. Right. This is a place where they can play. Whether if you wait a year, like that's cool. He's a freshman. Wait a year, play on JV, practice with varsity. Right. See where you're at and reevaluate. Hopefully the coach will be like, all right, I really, see the kid putting in the work. I got to reward that. But not every coach has that mindset. And that's where I think like there needs to be a governing body, which there are, but like more coaches need to be more in tune with the psychological part that comes with sports.
Okay.
Because, right, like you can coach some guys. Yeah, you got to coach guys hard. You got to know when to speak to them like soft. Like, or in girls soft. Like you got to understand when to do these things. But then there's also trying to also get to know them. If you get to know somebody, you can know what makes them go.
You know how to react to them, yeah.
You know what makes them tick and makes them grow. So now when you do that, now they're going to start playing harder for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if, especially at the college level where it gets kind of like pressure, like you got to win or you're done. But don't lose that. I hope coaches don't lose that.
I mean,
sight.
Coach K, Tatum always tells that story about how he wasn't playing really well in the first half, and Coach K came in the locker room and was like, "Oh, you just a soft ass kid from St. Louis." And then second half he started wilding, but Coach K knew that was gonna
say that too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but he knew that was gonna tick him off and like, okay, nah, like. I'm about to show you, like, I'm here for a reason.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, like, parents need to let their kids fail.
Oh, man.
Right? And, like, I don't want, again, I can't tell people, my parents, this is a podcast, I can speak my mind. Yeah. But, like, I can say, like, my parents, they supported my dreams. They let me fail a lot of times.
Same here.
Yeah, like,
congrats.
I
said congrats. That's big.
Oh,
no, I'm saying like that. Like,
I was like,
big,
I'm confused. But, and I think that's something that helped me grow and made me a better teacher at this point because I went through those trials and then being a walk-on trying to prove myself. Like I always had to prove myself because I look Indian and all this stuff and people made fun of me when I played ball. Ball was my outlet. I got bullied with it. And so the biggest thing is like me learning how to use my experiences and impart it on other people. Right. And so like my experience, I'm only telling you this so you can learn and see if you can take anything that's similar, or you can say, all right, we got to look for these things. So with my kid or as a player, like I got to maybe be aware of this so this doesn't happen to me. But if it does, I'm good. Like I know how to handle the situation.
Yeah, like I told my prep school story on the internet. Like that was something that like for a long time, like my friends knew and stuff, but like I don't want to say I was embarrassed by it, but I feel like it didn't work how I thought it was going to. But like also I was a kid, and like you said, my parents let me make my own mistakes, and I thank them to this day for that. Like they could have easily been like, nah, dude, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're going to college. But like if what I wanted to do, they get like, go ahead, like if you fail, you fail, get up from it. So like I told my prep school story. Like I went to prep school. I was naive. I didn't really know about it that much. I learned from that. Now this day, I could go to kids and be like, yeah, like do your research, bro. Go where you gonna play. Like I know the game now. Like my dad didn't really know the game. I know the game now. I could pass that on to my kids and things like that. So yeah, like you said, like research, being able to pass things along, things like that. So
yeah. So did we cover everything? We got everything?
Mm-hmm.
Man, we could have kept talking, but we're gonna wrap this up. Jordan, thank you for coming. We appreciate you. It's another episode of the Basketballists. We're gonna try to get some more people here and try to do more things and educate and have fun with this conversation. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys for listening and watching, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Sir.